One of my oldest memory, I was born in France and I was still like trying on the floors. And I still remember my mom, what you doing? Chasing me, and I start running around the tables. I think she caught me and my memory erased it. And ever since, I've always been doodling, walls and floors. I'm FONKi, FONKi, that's my, let's say, professional name. I've been drawing and all that since it's like my oldest memory, And then it transformed into the graffiti culture when I was 15. But I didn't know about graffiti culture until I met someone from the graffiti culture that told me the whole game. So then I got hooked with lettering, right? He told me to tag, doing a classical piece with like 3D and all this, so I got introduced more to colors with that. But just the whole lifestyle and the adventure, seeing the city in a different way than just walking sidewalk and going to school and home. You see your urban landscape really differently. So when I first came to Cambodia in 2012, my background was, I know there's tons of walls that has a lot of history. So I want to do big paintings, but it took me 1 month because I came in and I said I won't paint for a month just to get back a bit the language, explain to people like, oh, and then I also realized the need and the power of art here. Just like at the end, it's a craft that is, it's a universal language art. That's the importance of it. The theme I often work on is the Khmer Renaissance, sort of the era we're plunged in, especially since the last decade in Cambodia, where everything is changing, developing for the good. The best or the worst is depending on what you do of it. Oh, yeah. The kabait can be interpreted like a boat. It's a strong composition standing in the samut. I put in some symbols like lié, like plum, the fire, some ka, some fauna, flora, sort of to represent what we have in Cambodia. So it's like a fusion, modern style of the traditional kabait that you see in Angkor, adapted to a flow of lettering Khmer. And on top, we're gonna be inspired also from the Rimke. So I decided to add a character of a Krong Riep, the big king of the demons. I'm gonna add also Prehrim, Rama. But I wanted to change the narrative where Prehrim and Krong Riep, instead of fighting each other, like we usually see in the Rimke, they're pointing towards the same direction. So they're going in that journey together to find a way to find that immortality again. The Rimke is coming from the Ramayana, from India. It's one of the most ancient script and poem that was ever written, which influenced the foundation of our Khmer civilization and values. Dedicating a modern mural to Rimke epic is a way to reflect today's battle for the preservation of our culture against ourselves and outside forces. Young Rimke, there's this episode called Samatagdah. So when the demons and the gods are coming together to create this Nectar of Immortality. So from this story, I put it in parallel in what's happening today, where the kabait and the Krong Riep and Prehrim, they're on the sea together, and there's, for example, like all these platform of fossil oil that we are doing today as humans to survive, to find resources. And it's interesting because the more we're seeking power and immortality in a way, the more it's killing our nature, fauna, flora. So even in the Rimke, when you see this episode, when they're doing this nectar, you can see like the tray and all the animals are dead because it's so intense. So now this tale is about not good versus evil, but how good and evil have to come back together, how we have to come back together to find greater solution to survive as a species and without killing other species, for example. I believe in luck, but the definition of luck is different. I think it's a vibration and an energy that you have to create it, right? You have to tune yourself to that wavelength. Your career is based and your life is based on that. 90% hard work, 5% talent, 5% luck. You can be the most talented dude. If you don't work, nah. What I want people to get when they see that painting, it's really up to each person, and I love to hear what people think about. But One of the things is just to feel inspired or just like, oh, you know, because when I'm doing it, I feel empowered. I'm like, I'm doing a big painting, I'm excited. And to also feel proud of our culture, right? I'm taking something that's been done thousands of years ago and I do it in a new way, but I'm not inventing anything, but I'm putting value into our culture. So I want kids or anyone, older people to younger people, to feel empowered, say, cool, we have a great culture, let's protect it, let's keep it alive, you know? And feel empowered, because I feel empowered when I'm doing this, you know? And I think that's what I love about graffiti, is pushing the limits. That's why I put so much heart and soul into my craft, because I'm like, if it disappears, it will be my fault. If Khmer culture disappears, it will be our fault as Khmer and us kids or others that, what did we do, right? And that's the thing when you say about legacy. Did you play your part?